personally have been, if you're a regular listener to the Friday show, from when I have been in, I've really been speaking about being in a state of flow this year, coming out of my comfort zone. 2023 was the year that I said, you know what, it's time to really face fears, manifest more, travel solo again, and really relish being in the unknown, because they call it the field of pure potentiality. And I'm sure everyone in my team is sick of reading this on my social media, sick of me going on about this. This is the truth. This is where I'm at. And honestly, it's been so beneficial for me, as it's the year of yes. I woke up at silly o'clock today and sent my wonderful producer, Anaya, a voice note saying, Anaya, can we get a manifestation coach on the show, please? And lo and behold, she said to me, we are manifesting. This is about 3:30. I'm already like, where's the manifestation coach? She said, I am manifesting the manifestation coach. She's laughing right now. And lo and behold, we found an incredible manifestation coach. Her name is Esther McCann. She is an author of Manifesting Happiness, and she joins me on the line now. Esther, how are you?
Hello, and thank you for having me.
I love your energy already. Look at life, right?
It's mad.
Listen, this is nowhere.
It's wonderful.
I'm moaning about being jet lagged the whole show. I'm sorry, listeners. I didn't sleep till 8 o'clock this morning, right? My poor producer, we're quite close friends, and I know that she sleeps with her phone on Do Not Disturb. So I could send her a voice note at 10 to 6 in the morning going, hey, babe, I haven't slept yet. Can you please get me a manifestation coach on the show? And lo and behold, she did it. So here you are. And I'm so happy to talk to you. How is everything?
It's wonderful. Life is amazing. And do you know what? I love the 23rd of each month. Like 23 is a number that seems to follow me everywhere. And I said to my daughter this morning,
wow.
I said, you know what? I said, good things always happen to mummy on the 23rd. And she went, no, they don't. And I said, they do. So when I kind of got your message, I was like, well, obviously, it's the day for it.
Look at that. And you know something? I'm big on numerology myself. It's so weird, actually, because I was reading up on life path numbers. Girls, actually, we'll have to do that after the show. And yeah, like my life path, I'm life path number 5, and it could have been more like that is me. Like I read it once and I was like, oh my God.
Mind blown.
And I always see throughout my life, there was a moment where I went through an awakening, I call it, in my life. And all I seen was 1111 and 2020. And I still to this day see 1111, and all my friends, whenever they see 1111, they message me or they'll send me something saying, thinking of you. So there's something in numerology, isn't there?
For me, it's very much just about the energy and knowing that you are on the path to creating exactly whatever it is that you want to create. So for me personally, I don't overanalyze the numbers too much, because it can be so easy to get caught up in what does this mean? Where am I going? So on and so forth. And at that point, you're putting all that energy, all that power, all that potential outside of yourself. And you're forgetting, actually, I'm creating this through my energy. And this is just evidence that I'm going exactly where I say that I'm going. So whenever I see these numbers, I kind of it's just beautiful reassurance for me more than anything else.
Wow. Look at that. I love that. Well, look, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
For those that are listening and like, Raf, what are you on about today? You've always got something. Tell us, enlighten us. What is manifestation?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask. How did I know you were going to ask
You're
me
psychic.
I thought it was the obvious question, to be honest. Listen, lots of people define it in very different ways. For me, it's the energetic creation process of bringing an idea, a dream, something from your imagination into the physical world. It can be conscious. So this is obviously what we're talking about here, where we're saying, I deliberately choose to create this reality. This is the intentions I'm setting. This is what I'm declaring for myself. But it can also be unconscious, where we aren't aware of our thoughts, our assumptions, our patterns, and the things that we're basically attracting and choosing into our life. So certainly for me, I looked back at my life and thought, wow, look at all this stuff that I was unconsciously manifesting in my life. And then since then, I've learned to go on to create more deliberately, as it were.
Wow, I love that. What are the misconceptions of manifestation? I'm going to get all this stuff out the way first, and then we'll get deep.
I think a lot of people think it's wishing on stars and being very, very lazy, and that there isn't maybe like any element of action to it. There is action involved, but there is also a lot of flow, as you know, like a lot of things coming to you and it not being so forceful and so hustly. So don't get me wrong, you can wish on a star and stuff can happen when you have that full conviction. But I think a lot of people think of it as that. I think a lot of people also think of it as perhaps dancing naked under a moon. I don't know. And you know what? It can be that as well. Can't it? It can be that as well. It's really
I have an ex-boyfriend that does
Sure.
that.
Do you now?
Hilarious.
Is that why you're ex?
Definitely. Big ups to you. So listen, I love that. Okay. So right, let's get into it. Okay. So I am right. Okay. So I've got a girlfriend. I'm just going to go so off my questions here and we'll just go with the energy. I've got a girlfriend who doesn't have the best of luck when it comes to love. The ones she wants don't want her, and the ones that want her she don't want. I mean, it's a story I've experienced it.
Tale as old as time.
She was on the phone to me the other day and she really bared her soul to this person and said, look, this is how I feel about you. Do you know, blah, 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 blah. She didn't hear anything back for a while and it was all like, I'll get back to you kind of message. I made a joke because I'm in this incredible flow state right now. I'm like, we're manifesting. Life is incredible. You never know what's around the corner. And I said, why don't we manifest her? Can you manifest a person?
You can, yeah.
Ooh.
You can, yeah. You can manifest a person. It's an interesting area because me included in the past, I was like, feel kind of like funky about it, but it's down to everybody's personal belief systems. But you can manifest a person, but ultimately it all comes down to you, and it's about you manifesting from the inside out. So it's about how you perceive that person, the stories you tell about that person. Do you believe that they're avoidant? Like if you're saying that they're ghosting you or that they're not ready or they're avoidant or whatever, you're just holding them in that energy. So there's a lot to be said about basically the story that you're projecting about that person. There's also a lot to be said about your energy. And if you're putting out very needy energy,
that's what I said.
And chasing and putting that person on a pedestal and not seeing how fantastic you are, because that's how it should be. Like it's that person sees you for the wonder that you are, but you see it in yourself first. I'm just laughing because I know there's loads of guys that are out there manifesting me, and I'm just giving them all the tips.
I was just about to say, Georgia, I love you very much and you hate me right now for calling you out, but listen, girl, please listen. That's brilliant. No, it's so interesting, isn't it? What would you say your top tips are when it comes to manifestation? How do you manifest? How do you personally manifest?
Well, I think when somebody's new, if I'm being really honest, a lot of the time we are putting that emphasis on a power outside of ourselves. So people do tend to look to the techniques, the vision boards and the, affirmation writing and scripting and all of this kind of thing. People look to that because they're looking for a solution and they don't necessarily believe or understand that actually it comes from within. And those techniques are purely just constructs to help you reach higher states of consciousness, to help you connect to the feeling state. You don't actually need the techniques. It's all about you. Like you are the magic wand. You are the energy in your life. Yes, it's all about the feeling. So if you think, I want a partner, and you think, I want the money and stuff, really strip it back and go, but what is the feeling I'm seeking from that thing? And it's about actually connecting to the feeling of fulfillment in the now, because ironically most people get into manifesting because they're chasing something, that they're chasing a future moment. The only moment that exists is now. So it's about how you operate in the now, how you feel in the now, connecting to that here and now, and that is going to create the ripples in your life. But if you're kind of going, I'm only going to feel successful, or I'm only going to feel loved when I get the things that I want, then you put yourself on this roller coaster of, chasing up and down levels of happiness. So it's really about you knowing how to connect to those good feelings, even in the absence of what you want, even if you haven't got it in front of your face yet. But try the techniques, go for it. I think it's a great way to build faith in the process.
So what you're basically saying is fear obviously blocks something like manifestation. So what you put out, your neediness, your fear, and gratitude. Talk to me about the link of the link between gratitude and manifestation.
Gratitude is all about that feeling that you're cup is already full, rather than feeling like your cup's half empty or just flat out, like, bone dry. So when you already feel that vibration, that emotion, that you are already topped up, that you already have so much to feel blessed about, when you already feel abundant, you're connecting to more of that. This is where law of attraction comes in, of like attracts like. But what I would say to people as well is, don't get into that toxic blame game thing of, you can't have a difficult day, or you can't experience feelings like grief and loss, and that if you do experience those darker times, that you're not going to manifest good things. It's that's a very black and white, quite toxic approach. So I just want to give people permission to say, actually, you can manifest even through difficult times. It's more about the way you feel about yourself, your potential. But yeah, gratitude is all about you connecting to the energy of abundance rather than the energy of lack.
Oh, I could talk to you all day, girl.
I know. I knew you'd say that.
No, you're psychic. To those that have just tuned in, you're listening to Raffaella Coleman here on The Scene. And of course, I have an incredible woman on the show joining me. Her name is Esther McCann. She is a manifestation coach and the author of Manifesting Happiness. Talk to me about your book, Manifesting Happiness.
Oh, I'm buzzing for it. It's out on the 6th of July in the UK. It's a journal, but to me, it's much more than a journal. It's a journey of being, which is really what manifestation is all about. It's all about understanding the way you're showing up in the world, your self-awareness, and it's got all of those components. So gratitude, being the energy of love, being the energy of success. So it really hits all these kind of core pillars that people are, looking for more fulfillment in. And it's just about connecting to your happy in the now, and then cultivating that and attracting more of it into your life.
I must say, I have manifested so much in my life by basically writing things down. I always used to write things down.
Yeah.
On lists and on pieces of paper, and I just, there was one time I remember, it was getting into drama school. I went to RADA, and I had this big audition lined up, and I literally wrote out, please, I'm going to go to RADA. I'm going to get into RADA.
Yes.
And it was at 2,000 people, and I folded it up and I put it under my pillow. I was one of those. Yeah, I was one of those.
I'm one of those.
Honestly, I slept under that piece of paper for about God knows how many weeks, right? Obviously, I changed for pillowcase, but that paper was staying under me. And you know what? Got the phone call and said, you've been accepted out of 2,000 people to be one of the 32 girls.
You claimed it.
Look at life.
And that's it. Is I would, give a tip to anyone who's listening, is it's about very much declaring, like, it's almost, you can obviously write, I'm going to, but it's so powerful to be like, I'm at RADA. Yeah. Like, I'm already there. Like, that's done. There's no kind of room for doubt or conviction on it. It's like, Esther, this is it.
Can I just say something? Now, tell me this is not serendipity right now. I'm going to put her microphone up and she's killing me. So do you remember I just mentioned my friend Georgia?
Yes.
Do you know who's just walked in the studio?
She's here.
Georgia! Georgia has never joined me in the studio before. Now, I've aired out some of your business, not all of it.
What are you saying, you joker?
No swearing, you're live on BBC Radio London. And look at that. Georgia texted me and she said, I'm coming to see you. And I said, oh, God, I'm jet lagged, but okay. And Georgia has just walked in. How crazy is that? Can we just repeat what it was you said to her when it came to manifesting people?
Oh, are you trying to get me to give her the 411? Like, let's be really blunt right now.
Talk to me.
So, yes, you can manifest a specific person, but my top advice to you is this is all about seeing yourself and seeing your worth and putting yourself up on that pedestal as a prize. No needy energy. Do not chase that man.
Did she tell you?
I didn't. She just said, did I tell you she was needy? Genuinely.
No, you didn't.
There you go.
I know that's the energy that, and I'm guilty of that.
Yes.
I'm very guilty of it. And you don't realise sometimes, you just think, oh, do you know what? I'm just operating from a place of being nice and checking in. And it's like, no, but with the right person, that energy, you wouldn't be translating that energy. So I'm not saying he's not the right person. It's just about getting your energy in the right place and your assumptions of him as well, that he can actually communicate with you. And
he's coming, Georgia. He's out there.
He's about to walk in the studio.
We just manifested it.
Where's mean? Can he come too? Bring a friend. Listen, Esther, I've got to have you in the studio. I love your energy. It's
Thank
so
you.
funny because I went travelling to Bali, right? I went for about 5. Well, look, I'm totally going off script now. Producers are looking at me like, here she goes. And I went travelling to Bali for 5 weeks, and as per, just rocked up. Didn't have anything planned. Kind of just went with the energy, and absolutely loved it. So basically I went to see a shaman because I was on a real eat, pray, love journey. I thought I was Liz Gilbert, and and it was so funny because he said to me, "You married?" I said, "No." I got really emotional. I get really emotional in those kind of like really strong, powerful spiritual presence. And all he said to me was, "Husband is coming." And whenever I speak to my mum on the phone and I say, "Mum, where's he at?" She always goes, "Husband is coming." So look at that. Husband's coming, Georgia.
Husband is here now. Like, so this is the thing is with manifesting it, he's already there. Like, he's already inside you. He's just lining up to, this is inevitable. Like, he's there. So you wouldn't necessarily, when you know that they're there, you don't go looking out for them or going, oh, where is he? Like, it's just a done. And then when you start getting those signs, a bit like the same about the numbers and so on, just being like, it's done. Like, this is part of it. Like, holding yourself in that. It's not, you're not in the process. Like, it's just inevitable. Like, he's already there. And I love to think about like, and going, they're manifesting you as well. Like, isn't that really romantic?
Yeah.
That somebody out there is also, I don't know, staring at the sky and talking to the moon.
Watching my Instagram posts. Dreaming in my DMs, speaking to himself. Sorry, guys. Esther, listen, honestly, it has been a joy to talk to you. If anybody wants to buy your book or work with you, where do they need to go?
Okay, so the book is going to be out in all major retailers, you know, all the usuals, Waterstones and all that. But I would encourage people, please go and check if it's in with your independent book, you know, retailers, like support small businesses. And if you want to come and work with me or find me, it's www.missmanifester.com with the Esther bit spelled ESTHER.
Well,
just
listen,
to make that easy for you.
You've got 2 new clients, and that's me and Georgia.
Oh, is that you guys?
Thank you so much. Honestly, it's been an
Thank you for
absolute
having
pleasure.
me.
And we'll stay in touch, okay?
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Esther McCann there. What an absolute star. Manifestation is real. And I was just talking about Georgia, and she's walked in the studio.